Hello everyone. Today it's the Saturn Awards. Well, the Saturn Awards have already happened. They happened in Los Angeles, which is 8 hours behind us in Britain, near London. And I don't know what the results are. They've already taken place. What the Saturn Awards are in the 1970s, some people were annoyed that blockbuster movies weren't getting rewarded for big things at the Oscars, so they created their own Oscar ceremony. And it's the Saturn Awards. I don't think a lot of people really care about it, and to be honest with you, a lot of things not many people care about. But oh well. And this is my this is what I'm dedicated to. I'm dedicated to the world of cinema. So I don't know what the results are. I've copied the original page of nominees without the winners, and I'll just check back on them. And I looked at the Instagram feed. To be honest with you, not a lot of people have turned up. So Richard Armitage is at the Saturns. Who else? I think McAvoy was on the red carpet too, and some other celebrities who I don't really know who they are. So yeah, there's not really anyone. Not a lot of people turned up. No Jake Gyllenhaal, for example. No Hans Zimmer. He got Interstellar star Timothy Chalamet, if that's how his name is pronounced, to pick up his Saturn if he wins. No Matthew McConaughey, no Michael Keaton. Maybe Michael Keaton probably doesn't care about it. In general though, I am looking forward to checking on the results. I'm going to have to be quick before I spoil anything for myself. So the first film in this category is Best Sci-Fi Movie. So Interstellar, I guess, is a lock. The nominees are Interstellar, The Zero Theorem, Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, Godzilla, Edge of Tomorrow, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So really, Interstellar, Edge of Tomorrow, and DOTP OTA are the main favourites here. I hope they haven't jumbled up the grid so I accidentally reveal other winners first. We'll see. So indeed, Interstellar won for Best Science Fiction Film, which is great. It does have its flaws, but overall it's so amazing. Anyone who has an interest in science should watch it, as unrealistic as it may be in places. Best Fantasy Film, we have Birdman, The Grand Budapest Hotel, The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, Into the Woods, Maleficent, and Paddington. I've only seen Birdman out of those 6. I thought about seeing Paddington at one point. To be honest with you, if Birdman won, that'd be great. I think the only other films that are justified are maybe The Hobbit, maybe The Grand Budapest Hotel, and maybe Paddington. But I don't think I'd be a fan of Maleficent or Into the Woods. I don't like musicals. I like some musicals though. But the winner was The Hobbit, actually, not Birdman. Mind you, Birdman did quite well at the Oscars. So that's good. That's nice. I think in general people found a lot of people like The Hobbit. Quite a lot of people hated it, but it was quite a big success regardless. So best horror film, the nominees are Annabelle, The Babadook, Dracula Untold, Horns, Only Lovers Left Alive, and The Purge Anarchy. And out of those 6, I haven't seen any of them. I don't really like horror films. I consider We Need to Talk About Kevin, the film I saw last night, as a horror film. That was pretty unnerving, and that's nowhere near as bad as some other big horror films. It's not even a horror film, it's just how I feel. The Babadook and Only Lovers Left Alive seem like genuine winners. In the end, Dracula Untold won? That's a German expression, curse word. Still don't really know what it means, but I just like saying it. Because The Babadook is meant to be like the most original and insanely good horror film in years with some phenomenal acting. And it doesn't win. I believe the fans are asked to vote. And Dracula Untold? That's not cool. That's really bad. Let's carry on. Best Thriller Film, American Sniper, The Equalizer, Gone Girl, The Guest, The Imitation Game, Nightcrawler. Out of those 2, I think the only ones which are solidly liked by most people are Gone Girl and Nightcrawler. I think The Imitation Game's buzz that it got in the award season has wafted away. So I think it's going to be between Gone Girl and Nightcrawler. Gone Girl won, which from what I've heard is great. Film is regarded as one of Fincher's best pieces of work. And Nightcrawler would have made a great thriller movie as well. I haven't seen it, should have done when it came out, but after just a week it was gone from cinemas. But Gyllenhaal was meant to deliver one of the acting performances of the year. Let's see, Best Action or Adventure Film. Unbroken did win. I accidentally read it for, so the nominees were Exodus, which I saw, Inherent Vice, which I saw, Lucy, Noah, Snowpiercer, and Unbroken. Unbroken beat those. Snowpiercer's meant to be a good movie. That should have won. Inherent Vice, I didn't like it. It was too long. It was too boring. Exodus was great. The ending was a bit quiet, and that was the only thing I found wrong with the movie, to be honest. Otherwise, I really liked it, and it was cool. But Unbroken beat those? Really? It must have been the hype it got in the run to the award season. Best international film, so that's Bird People, Calvary, Force Majeure, Mood Indigo, Railway Man, Theory of Everything. I think, even if I haven't seen any of them, my biased personality wants Calvary to win, but I believe, yep, The Theory of Everything won. Damn. So, next, Best Animated Film, so we have Big Hero 6, The Box Trolls, How to Train Your Dragon 2, The Lego Movie, The Wind Rises. And the winner was the Lego Movie, I believe. Yep, the Lego Movie. And that's good, because it was snubbed for Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. Many people were really upset about that. And no, nice. The Wind Rises, that's a Japanese animated film. I saw some of that. That is really nice to watch. It's quite depressing though. Best Comic Book Film Motion Picture. So you have The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, and X-Men Days of Future Past. I've seen the last two. Both were decent. I didn't really like Guardians, to be honest, but it was okay. I think X-Men deserves to win, but I think Guardians of the Galaxy will win because of all the fans it got. And Amazing Spider-Man 2, well, that's a doomed film, so I don't think that is going to get a win. Yep, Guardians of the Galaxy won. We'll move on to Best Director. So we have Alejandro González Iñárritu for Birdman, the actual Oscar winner. As you saw, I was a bit spastic when he won, but who cares? I was really pleased because Iñárritu is such a great director. James Gunn for Guardians of the Galaxy, that was good. Doug Liman, Edge of Tomorrow, I haven't seen that. Nolan, Interstellar, good job, but I think the screenwriting was a bit poor. Matt Reeves for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. He directed Cloverfield. Oh, I loved Cloverfield. It was scary, but scary good. Joe Russo and Anthony Russo for Captain America Winter Soldier, and Bryan Singer for X-Men Days of Future Past. I personally would like to see Iñárritu win, or Nolan, but I believe I read that, yeah, James Gunn won. So James Gunn won for Guardians of the Galaxy. It's okay, but Nolan would have made a good winner. Reeves might have made a good winner because Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is meant to be insanely good. Singer would have been a good winner because it was a bit of a renaissance for him after a few off-key movies like Jack and the Beanstalk. Jesus, Brian. Best Screenplay. We have Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely for Captain America the Winter Soldier, Chris McQuarrie, James Butterworth, and John Henry Butterworth for Edge of Tomorrow, Wes Anderson for The Grand Budapest Hotel, James Gunn and Nicole Perlman for Guardians of the Galaxy, Fran Walsh, Philippa Boyens, Peter Jackson, and Guillermo del Toro for The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, and Damien Chazelle for Whiplash. Whiplash's screenplay is utterly perfect. I loved every second of Whiplash. One of the very few movies I can say that. I don't think The Hobbit's going to win. Guardians may well win. Grand Budapest Hotel might win. And Interstellar's not on the list, and unsurprisingly. The story's a bit muddled in places, but still a good movie. Anyway, stop hyping up Interstellar and anything it has to do with it at the moment. What have we got here? I've just lost thought. I've had a memory wipe. Best writing. Yeah, I think Gunn is going to win, but Gunn and Perlman for Guardians of the Galaxy. No! I missed someone, did I? For best writing, Christopher Nolan and Jonathan Nolan won for Interstellar. I don't have this on there. Oh! Okay. Well, congratulations, but I didn't think Interstellar was... no, it's a great movie, and the screenplay is still strong, but there are years of things that many people also thought didn't really make it the masterpiece it is. It's still basically a masterpiece, but it's just got a few little things. But it's got little elements like its emotional energy that give it this brilliant feel to it. I'm so looking forward to buying it on DVD. Still haven't got it. I'm not going to wait until my birthday in August to buy it. So now we have Best Lead Actor and Best Lead Actress. So The nominees are for Best Lead Actor Tom Cruise in The Edge of Tomorrow, Chris Evans in Captain America, Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler, Michael Keaton in Birdman, Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar, Chris Pratt in Guardians of the Galaxy, and Dan Stevens in The Guest. I think Gyllenhaal might win, Keaton might win, McConaughey might win, Chris Pratt might win. Guardians of the Galaxy has won quite a few awards on this list so far, and the winner was Chris Pratt. Well done. Yeah, he's gained a massive. He's gone from that dude on Parks and Recreation to he also lost weight and played a football player in Moneyball, and he was actually, I mean, the whole movie I was like, is that Chris Pratt? And it was. I was surprised. I was actually pleasantly surprised that it was him. And then he's had Guardians of the Galaxy, he's had Jurassic World, Lego Movie. He's going to be Indiana Jones at this rate. He's had a great last couple of years. Well, great, but I'm not really a fan of him, if I'm honest with you. Best Lead Actress, Emily Blunt in Edge of Tomorrow, Essie Davis in The Babadook, Anne Hathaway in Interstellar, Angelina Jolie in Maleficent, Jennifer Lawrence in The Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 1, and Rosamund Pike in Gone Girl. I don't think Lawrence, Jolie or Hathaway would be good winners. Davis is apparently amazing in The Babadook. Emily Blunt might make a good winner, and Pike would be perfect, although some people don't like, apparently like the first half hour of the performance is meant to be pretty snooty, pretty poor. I mean, snooty, I don't know what that means, it's probably something else. But the winner was Pike. Congratulations. And she wasn't there, of course, she wasn't there, so she would have picked up her award, but deserved. Essie Davis would have made a great winner, apparently. She was meant to be sheerly nominee worthy of an Oscar. So congratulations. Next, we have Best Supporting Actor. So the nominees are Richard Armitage in The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, the only nominee in acting for that film. Josh Brolin in Inherent Vice, who was very, very funny. Samuel L. Jackson in Captain America Winter Soldier, Anthony Mackie in Captain America Winter Soldier, Andy Serkis in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and J.K. Simmons in Whiplash. Simmons swept the board on the way to his Oscar. I don't think it was as dominant as it deserved to be. I thought Norton was pretty cool. But in general, out of those 6, well, Armitage actually showed up, so if he won that would be great. Brolin was actually nominee worthy. He was really funny. His final scene was perfect. Serkis has won, I think, a few seconds already. And we already know how awesome he is from Lord of the Rings. And Simmons, I think Simmons might win, but I think Brolin and Armitage were running close. But Saturn eventually went to Armitage. That is, oh my god, that's great. That's not actually how I feel, but Armitage is a good actor. He's a cool dude. He can play villains. He's a versatile guy, and apparently he's going to be playing what's his name, Joel in The Last of Us. I don't play or watch The Last of Us, to be honest, so I don't know. And apparently they're going to have Maisie Williams as Ellie. That might work. Best Supporting Actress. So we have Jess Chastain in Interstellar, Scarlett Johansson in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Evangeline Lilly. I was wrong. She is the other acting nominee for The Hobbit. Renee Russo in Nightcrawler, Emma Stone in Birdman, and Meryl Streep in Into the Woods. I've only seen 2 of those. To say the least, I think it's going to go to... I don't think Chastain was that good. After all, I think Mackenzie Ford built a platform for her to operate on. Stone was cool. Her argument scenes with her father were great. The chemistry she had with Keaton was amazing. She was really powerful and awesome, and she gave her all. And Streep, I just don't like the fact she was nominated for an Oscar for performance like that. It might not be any good, to be honest. I'm not going to watch Into the Woods anytime soon. Hopefully Stone won that. Russo, and many believe Russo deserved an Oscar nomination. Great. Sorry, I'm getting tired. I think, to be honest with you, once we get into the TV categories, I think I'll stop, because I'm wasting your time and I'll get a bit bored myself. Best Performance by a Younger Actor. So here we are. This is the category which, as you may already guess, I am excited for, because McFoy was... I don't know how good she was, and I don't know how good she really is as an actress, but she was really influential and truly heartbreaking. Every time I see the image of McAvoy crying and whinging over her father leaving. It just breaks my heart because it's just so desperately sad. And how such a well, I've seen McAvoy's Instagram page, and the way she presents such humbleness and excitement and positive energy, and then at the same time she can play a character as grief-struck and depressed and devastated as she did. One of my favourite acting performances of last year, even though I didn't see that many, and one of my favourite acting performances ever. Strange thing to say, but there you are. Chloe Grace Moretz in The Equalizer is nominated along with Elle Fanning in Maleficent, and then Tony Revolori in The Grand Budapest Hotel, Cody Smith-McPhee in The Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and Noah Wiseman in The Babadook. He's like the 6-year-old who plays the son of Eddie Davis's character. Foy, I'd like to see Foy win. Revolori would make a great winner. Smith-McPhee might make a great winner. Wiseman would be a very inspired winner. And Fanning and Moretz, they're just average blockbuster performances. Moretz has already won a few Saturns, and the winner was Foy! Yes! There you go. I was so worried she'd be beaten by Moretz or somebody. That is 100% deserved. I just so hope this boosts her career, because I'm just so worried. Like, I look at Mackenzie Foy's career, and after this film called The Little Prince, which to be honest I'm not really going to see, she's got nothing really on career revenue or whatever it's called. And I'm so worried that a talent like her is going to go to waste, just like so many other great actors. Like, I watched Clive Owen in Close Up. I thought he was fantastic and definitely a great actor. He's faded into anonymity now, which is so sad, because he's just such an awesome actor. I hope Foy and other actors like Revolori don't go the same way, but I presume in 10 years' time, Mackenzie Foy and other young talents maybe will be household names, and deservedly so. Best score: Henry Jackman for Captain America Winter Soldier, Michael Giacchino for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Alexander Desplat for Godzilla, Howard Shore for The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, and John Powell for As the Trainer of Dragon 2, and Hans Zimmer, Interstellar. And Hans Zimmer won. Well, it was a great score. Repetitive, but still brilliant. The docking music. The music in the docking scene. I can't really explain much more than that. If you haven't seen the film yet. It's a good score. It's not as good as, say, Inception, and maybe even Batman Begins with The Dark Knight. It's not that good. But it's a neat score. And quite iconic in the end. And how many more have we got? We've got Best Special Effects, Best Independent Film, Best Costume, Best Makeup, Best Editing, Best Production Design. So, hang on guys, we've just got 6 more categories to go through. Best Editing, Jeffrey Ford and Matthew Schmidt for Captain America Winter Soldier, James Herbert and Laura Jennings for Edge of Tomorrow, Fred Reskin, Craig Woods and Hughes Winborn for Guardians of the Galaxy, Lee Smith for Interstellar, Tim Squires for Unbroken, and John Ottman for X-Men Days of Future Past. Didn't John Ottman do the musical score for X-Men? Yeah, maybe he did, but he's not nominated. Who won? Edge of Tomorrow's editing. Well, I've heard good things about it. Edge of Tomorrow is meant to be a great movie, and to be honest with you, maybe I should have seen it. I've seen Mad Max, so I've made up for it. Best Production Design, which is in terms of set building, design and so on. Peter Gwenham for Captain America, James Chinlund for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Adam Stockhausen for The Grand Budapest Hotel, Charles Wood for Guardians of the Galaxy, Nathan Crowley for Interstellar, who was nominated for an Oscar, and Dennis Gassner for Into the Woods. I think he was nominated too. The winner, Nathan Crowley for Interstellar. So Interstellar's won quite a few technical awards. I don't think we've gone through cinematography yet, actually. Never mind. Best Costume, Nigella Jackson for Dracula Untold, Jency Yates for Exodus, Alexandra Byrne for Guardians of the Galaxy, Colin Atwood for Into the Woods, Anna B. Shepherd for Maleficent, and Louise Mingenbach for X-Men Days of Future Past. Out of those, maybe Guardians, maybe Exodus. I think X-Men should win. But Into the Woods might win after it's a fairy tale movie. With that great feel. Dracula Untold won another. I don't even know what Dracula Untold is. It might actually be a good movie, but from what I've heard, no. Next, Best Makeup. So Bill Terzakis and Lisa Love for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Mark Coulier and Daniel Phillips for Dracula Untold, David White and Elizabeth Yanni Georgiou for Guardians of the Galaxy, Peter King, Rick Findlater and Gino Acevedo for The Hobbit, Peter King and Matthew Smith for Into the Woods, and Adrian Moreau and Norma Hill Patton for X-Men. I think Guardians deserves to win, to be honest. And it did. Congratulations. Yeah. The prosthetics, the face paint, the alien characters without CGI still look quite realistic and creepy. Karen Gillan as Nebula. Scary. Okay, I'm making it up. But just 2 more categories to go. You've probably left by now, but for those of you staying on, thank you. Thank you for being patient. Best special effects: Dan DeLille, Russell Earl, Brian Grill and Dan Sudik for Captain America, Joe Lettery, Dan Lemon, Daniel Barrett and Eric Winquist for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Graham Brosnick, Nick Davis, Jonathan Faulkner and Matthew Rouleau for Edge of Tomorrow, Stefan Serretti, Nicholas Itadi, Jonathan Faulkner and Paul Cobbold for Guardians of the Galaxy, and again Joe Lettery, Eric Sandon, David Clayton and R. Christopher White for The Hobbit, Paul Franklin, Andrew Lockley, Ian Hunter and Scott Fisher for Interstellar. Best special effects: unquestionably Interstellar will win. Guardians might win. Edge of Tomorrow maybe. In general, I don't know. But the winner, Interstellar, and rightly so. Great. They speak for themselves. They're great, and it was the only Oscar win for Interstellar, which to be honest deserved the Best Picture nod. Maybe not directing and screenplay, but yeah, definitely Best Picture, Best Cinematography, maybe even Best Editing, and at least an acting nod. McConaughey, I guess, but the acting category for Best Lead Actor this year was so dense. And Foy for Best Supporting Actress maybe would have got in, but there are so many other contenders who could have got in. But Interstellar has won all Saturns, and I'm pleased. And at least it won Best Science Fiction and Best Lead Performance, which is, for me, satisfactory. Best Independent Film: Grand Piano, I Origins, A Most Violent Year, The One I Love, The Two Faces of January, and Whiplash. I think we all know. I probably just read it. Whiplash most likely has won because it's a masterpiece. None of the other films are pretty much masterpieces. I mean, a couple of them, like I Origins or A Most Violent Year, might be classics in a few years, but Whiplash is definitively a masterpiece. And I was so happy when that film ended because it was just so amazing. Whiplash. That's it. Done. Those are the winners for the Saturn Awards. Interstellar won quite a few. I've forgotten who won Best Lead Actor again. Who was it? It was Chris Pratt. Okay. In general, it's been a good Saturn Awards. There have been a few of the winners, like Best Horror Film, Dracula Untold, really. But in general, it's there were some nice winners, and I'm pleased. And congratulations to Armitage and Foy, because they were actually there to collect their awards. So that's great because they can actually now be there. And Shyamalan picked up Zimmer's Saturn, so it's been pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how it's went. But again, some winners not so pleased with. Even Interstellar's writing. No. Give it to Chazelle. Oh well. It's been good. And 24 minutes. Ouch. Regardless, I'm done. And hopefully that wasn't too bad. I will see you all next time. So I don't know what's going to happen next. I might be at the British Grand Prix next weekend, so I'll probably upload some footage of cars if I do any. But regardless, thank you for watching, and bye, and I'll see you in the next video.